prepositions. Do you know what prepositions are?
No.
Ha?
No.
What is it used for? Kung anong gamit or ano? So, do office assistants needed? Hindi nga. Don't you have any idea?
Well, syempre, I think if it's for, you know, ano ba ang tawag nito? If it's basic for being an office assistant, di dapat kailangan fundamentals yun eh.
Pero you don't have any idea what prepositions are. Maybe you don't know how it's called, pero I'm pretty sure you have an idea what it is.
Maybe.
Okay, so, a preposition, it connects a noun to other words and shows the relationship between them. The preposition may be spatial, temporal, and directional. Now, when we say spatial, an example of spatial preposition is near, within, above.
Yun pa ang purpose.
Yeah, it connects nouns or pronouns or to other words.
Okay.
So, if used in a sentence, we can say Vincent was near the curtain when he yelled. So we use the near connects Vincent
The curtain.
to the curtain. Yeah. His position. So the a temporal preposition this express an example of it would be during, since, by. So it expresses lengths of time. So when we say I was chubby since I was a kid. So since when? Since I was a kid, or
Recent time, yes.
focus on time. So the last one would be the traditional preposition. A traditional preposition it expresses the movement of a noun or a pronoun. So an example of it would be through, from, and toward. So Vincent came from behind. The direction is very specific.
Okay. Yeah.
Which direction? From behind. Oh, he came from the office. So that would be two examples. Are prepositions confusing for you? If yes, what is the most confusing part? Diba?
Very basic.
It's very basic. Okay. For me, when I was starting to learn how to speak in English, prepositions for me are very confusing. Like the most basic prepositions are on, it, on, at, and in. Are you pretty sure that you are not confused by it?
Yes.
Okay. So let me introduce you to my friend, the triangle. This triangle, it taught me how to use in, on, and at appropriately. Because we adults tend to we adults tend to not study the basics. That's why we flank, or we sometimes don't sound professionals because of this errors. So this, as you can see, the inverted triangle, and the biggest space for it contains in, and the second biggest space it has on in it, and then the last space is at. Okay. So how is it used? So like the triangle, when you look at the triangle, at is used in a very specific time or situation. Commercial lang this triangle is used when on, in, and at is as a these three prepositions are applied to time, because that's the most confusing part for me back then. So yeah, like the triangle, the at is used in a very specific or narrow situation. So an example, I'll give you a sentence as an example that uses at. So when we say 8 o'clock, diba? You'll have a hard time. Sometimes you have a hard time thinking which suits it the best. Is it in, on, or at? If it's very specific like this, 8 o'clock, we'll meet there at 8 o'clock. Because 8 o'clock is a very specific time, or is a very narrow situation. Yeah. So, while on, diba, it's, as you can see, the space that it has is broader. So it's used on a date or on one date, maybe a day. An example, if I say I'll be there blank Monday. So we're gonna use on, because Monday is a very specific. It's one day, or it's one date, or never mind. Let's proceed to the third one. So the in, and as you can see, in ba? Have I used in already? Not yet. So, and as you can see, in, Poncho, go away. So, ayun. It has the widest space. So, it is used when the period is long. Okay. Can you give, an example of a long period would be maybe Lent season, or let me say, I'll be in America I'll be, let's say, Lent season. How do you'll use in? Parang I'll be fudge. I lost it. Wait lang. Yeah, pati ako nalilito, no? So, when
Maybe maybe you could say, I have no work in Lent season.
yeah. Or I'll do it in Lent season.
Yeah.
So, ayun, that's my friend Triangle. I hope it helped you, because it helped me when I was starting to. Up until now.
When someone is really confused with that particular situation, that triangle can really help you to distinguish when to use in,
Yeah.
on, and at.
I agree. Okay.
Okay, so
Poncho, can you hold Poncho for a while? Okay. So, okay, so, yun, then let's try this. So, be there, blank, by lunch. What are you gonna use? What preposition are you gonna use? Be there, blank, by lunch.
what preposition am I going to use?
Yeah.
By using your friend, the triangle. So I'm going to choose between in, on, and at.
Yes.
Be there. Be there. Question number 5, I really don't know the answer. But number 6.
It's be
there, on
there.
by lunch. I think we really don't sound.
No, be there.
Be there.
Maybe
In by lunch.
maybe I made a mistake. So
Okay,
very
okay.
sorry. So let's proceed to number 6.
I think you meant
Yeah.
by there is be there at lunch.
Yeah. Or
Be there on
maybe
lunch. Okay.
on lunch. Yes. Because that's the correct one. But I didn't notice that
There's a by.
there's by in it. So we'll proceed to the next one. So I'll be
Next one
there.
is I'll be there Tuesday. Use the specific one day.
Yeah. Then you got it right. Then the next one would be I'll be there in the Philippines.
In the Philippines in summer. Because summer is, as you said,
Yeah.
is a long term one.
Long season.
Long season. It's a long season.
It's a long period of time. So that would be the end of this quick lesson. Yeah.
Is that it?
I just gave you a tip on how to use in, on, and at. Because
Very appropriate.
you might need it because as an office assistant you always take down notes, write reports, get them. Okay. So I hope you learned something tonight, and then as an exit pass, can I still ask for another 10 minutes of your time? We'll check where we can improve, or where you specifically can improve by answering the 20 items.
Yeah, sure.
Ngayon natin.